cards, PogChamp, new cards, PogChamp. It's the one you've been waiting for. First and foremost, another verse, Stratos. I actually don't care about this guy. He looks just like a big hulking Spartan dipshit. All right. This war god from the other world has trod countless battlefields beneath his armored feet. If you want his glory, come and get it. All right, sure, whatever. Man, they got to start doing something more interesting than this. All right, next up. Oh, 3 big ones. All right, let's begin with Hero because I think it's the one that I'm the most qualified to talk about. Masked Hero support from Tactical Tri-Pack OCG. So the heroes are going to be featured in one of the Tactical Tri decks. Really cool thing the OCG does, they release a structure deck product that is actually good. This was shocking to me. Of course, we haven't gotten them in the States for that reason. And then they integrate into Master Duel a mechanism by which you can play with the deck that you have in real life, which is super cool. Something that I really, really appreciate them doing, and I think is a lot of fun. Included in each of these tactical tri-decks is new support for the archetypes contained therein. And I think that's how we got like the cool new stuff for like Evil Twin and shit. But we're getting new masked heroes. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the masked heroes are Jaden's monsters from the manga, which takes a completely different direction than the TV show. And they include not only the power players that you all know and love, the masked hero Darklaws, they also include some main deck monsters that we do not yet have. The most notable one is Masked Hero Crow. But there's, I think, one for each attribute. In the manga, they are vanillas. But here they have effects, so let's do the effects. Masked Hero Dusk Crow. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you could banish a hero monster from your graveyard, special summon this card. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add a Masked Hero monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except Masked Hero Dusk Crow. Masked Hero Furnace. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. You can reveal this card in your hand, add a mass change or polymerization from your deck to your hand, then discard a card. Cannot special summon from the extra deck the turn you activate this effect, except hero monsters. If you special summon a non-fire hero monster, you can special summon this card from your graveyard or hand, but banish it when it leaves the field. Masked Hero Atomic. Mask change fire target. Fuck you. What is the other one? Inferno? Who's the fire one at present? He does nothing. If this card is special summoned, you can target a non-fire masked hero monster in the graveyard or banishment, special summon it in defense position, ignoring its summoning conditions. The first time this card would be destroyed by a battle or card effect each turn, it's not destroyed. During your end phase, you can set a change quick play spell in your graveyard. All right. Goka? It's not Goka. Koga. Yeah, that sounds right. Masked Hero Goka. Goka's the... Oh, no, it is Goka. What the hell? What's the light one? Oh, the light one's Koga. God, they gotta fix this. And then we have Masked Hero Darklaw doing a fun kick. It's a reference to a rider kick, as seen below. Okay. So, how are we feeling about these cards? I know what you all want me to say. I know what you all want me to say. You want me to say, these cards are really good. They fill a ton of holes in the existing hero strategy. Masked Hero Crow, specifically, is a wonderful both starter and extender for the deck. It enables you to play enough individual monsters that you can cut Ferris because you'll always have the necessary material in rotation. It beats a significant amount of the targeted negation that sometimes just stops you in your tracks because you can special summon it from your hand for almost free. It's incredible because it searches Furnace, and Furnace does a lot as well. You reveal this in your hand, you get a poly from your deck to your hand, which solves kind of the last remaining choke point in the deck, which is at present there's only really one way to get to polymerization, and it's through Vion. This is a mechanism by which you can get to it otherwise, and if you are able to resolve your Vion, you can hold it to get a mask change and end on Darklaws on your opponent's turn. Additionally, it's another card that can be special summoned from elsewhere, meaning you'll have the necessary material to climb through the link ladder and do powerful plays on the back of Cross Crusader. Atomic's not great, but it is something worth going into off of Mask Change Target Furnace. That means you can dodge spot negation. That's kind of cool. It can be weaved into combo lines, like you use your Furnace to get this, you use your Mask Change on this, and then this can target a non-fire masked hero, special summon it in defense, and then because you special summoned a non-fire masked hero, you can special the Furnace back. That's really cool, right? It turns like 2 material into 3 material just off the combo that's already facilitated off of the Masked Hero Furnace. And it sets a change, which of course allows you to translate into Dark Law. I mean, you used to jump through hoops to do that with Wake Up Your Elemental Hero and DPE. But I can't say that stuff. I unfortunately cannot tell you that these cards are good. These cards are bad. They're very bad. They are unplayably bad. And why is it? It's because Hero is bad. Hero is not a good deck. Since 2019, Hero has been the same deck it's ever been. It's been Omni Hero, an assemblage of 45 different one-ofs a la branded, but without any of the cards that win the game a la branded. It ends on a ton of floodgates that look fantastic in an Edo Pro replay. Oh my god. DPE plus Dark Law plus Plasma. Plus, now you can end on multiple copies of Dark Law, and even, and you're going to hear this over and over again from every content creator, Contrast Hero Chaos. But it doesn't resolve the biggest problem with the deck, which is that it loses to everything. Destiny Hero Malicious is the worst card in the universe. Loses to Crow, loses to Bestials, to Fualos, to Ash Blossom, to Impulse, and yet so many people think the only way to play this deck is to load up on individual cards you don't want to draw and then send to the graveyard, putting yourself at risk of literally every card that people are playing in their deck, bar none, and then lose. They will win the games in which they get to go off. They will lose the games in which they don't. And against any competent deck, you will not be able to. If you check the profiles and combos that people have put together in the wake of the release of Masked Hero Dusk Crow and Masked Hero Furnace, you will find something horrifying, which is that they have integrated these cards by placing them in the existing Omni Hero deck list, adding 3 more one-ofs into a 60-card list that is already packed to the gills with one-ofs. And I'll tell you this, I was watching these Japanese players fuck around with their one-card combos, courtesy of Masked Hero Dusk Crow. Do you know what they're ending on? Contrast DPE. How is that notably different than Dark Law DPE, then Plasma Dark Law DPE, then Plasma DPE, then Dystopia linked to a Dread Decimator? It's not. It's still a fuck-off end board that beats anyone who's not interacting with you on your turn and loses to not only hand traps, but every board breaker in the universe. I'm sorry. This build of the deck is not good. One of the reasons it's not good is because the text you see on Masked Hero Furnace, you cannot special summon from the extra deck the turn you activate this effect except hero monsters. I don't know why they're printing this text on cards. The benefit you get for locking so totally into an archetype has to be out of this fucking world. And at present, the benefit appears to be you get to circumvent the Vion choke point. That is not sufficient. Nowhere near sufficient. You can't play Nibiru. You can't play Bestials. You can't play any of the generic tools available in the extra deck. You're a fucking evil hero deck that can't play Fiendsmith despite your playmaker being a light fiend because they put this text on Masked Hero Furnace, on Extra Hero Cross Crusader, and they put a comparable series of words on cards like Fusion Destiny that say for the rest of the turn. I don't know, man. On one hand, I want to be happy that these cards fill some of the holes in the Omni Hero strategy. On the other hand, it is upsetting to me because the Omni Hero strategy is a bloated mess of one-ofs that loses to every single card in the format. Not good. Ferris is not played anymore, probably. That's what you get out of this. What you get out of this is you can cut Ferris and you can cut Increase. Ferris is a really good card, just so you all know. In a deck where you can draw Malicious, it's really good to be able to plus off of pitching a Malicious from your hand. Ferris is an incredible card. Increase sucks balls, so I will take this opportunity to remove Ferris from my decks for that reason. Furnace can be the mechanism by which you discard the Malicious. Why not? It's not going to change the fact that there's so many places you can interact with this deck that so totally lose you the game. And as a final note, I'd just like to point out that even the new support can't dance around the shit that they're printing on old cards. I saw like a 1-card Fusion Destiny combo, and I was like, cool, but why even show that off? FD locks you into Dark Heroes. Atomic's not making an appearance that game, right? Yay. If contrast could negate from anywhere, do you think this would fix some of the outstanding problems of Hero? Yes. One of the reasons that people are getting their rocks off about this is because contrast, Hero, Chaos looks pretty good. It says negate on it, and Hero historically has really struggled to find individual cards that negate. But unfortunately, it negates face-up cards on the field, which means that Nibiru is still a pretty big liability. Hand traps are a huge liability. Any of the cards that people are playing in terms of board breakers are going to fall or beat this card anyway. Forbidden Droplet, I guess Dark Ruler if it comes back, Super Poly. The only thing it beats is Triple Tack, which, I mean, is notable, but now that it's a one-of, is probably not worth finagling your board state into. Drill Beam but dies to Imperm. Totally, man. Oh, man. Contrast is harder to summon Desiree and worse Desiree, and importantly, this deck could play Desiree if there weren't hero locks, but they elected to give them the hero lock. Okay, let's move on to the Dark Magician cards. So, I know I said I'm uniquely qualified to talk about Hero. I am probably uniquely disqualified from talking about Dark Magician. Danny made a tweet about this that if someone could pull up, I'd be very appreciative. But many of you joined during COVID. You signed on to the MBT project when the channel was really getting big during COVID. And to those people, I got to say, you didn't miss much. But one of the things you missed was an old world grievance I had years before the Fluffle community and the Ghost Trick community decided my name was a slur against the Dark Magician community. Here's the tweet. The best part about the DM support is we get to see people ask for a TMT of DM and have Joseph argue with DM players. So my worst rated video until the Farfa MasterChef crash out, and by the way, it's still close, I do want to mention. The Farfa Master Duel crash out video, I think, is sitting at like an 88 in terms of like-dislike ratio. But edging it out forever was the Dark Magician 10-minute testing, which had an 89% like-dislike. And that's because I made some choices people disagreed with. You could see them in the comments. Sees only 2 DM and face palms. Always run DM at 3. I love this deck. I have been playing it for a couple of years now. That's why you don't play your version of the deck. What they're talking about here is I lost all the games. I think I won 1. And as a judge, I can confirm you're correct on why Infinite didn't negate the demise. This was a scenario with a chain skill drain to Infinite Impermanence. Also run 3 Dark Magician. No reason to not. The reason why this deck failed, you absolutely need 3 Dark Magician. The deck does not need to link spam. It can win without links. Not true. I know this deck has many faults, but what I see is this horrible structured mind that does not know how to play it. Just put letters to put. I gave more fight to a deck True Draco when it was complete. Very true. And importantly, I also was a staunch defender of not playing the Eye of Timaeus. And I would always get the same comment, which is, why aren't you playing the Eye of Timaeus? It is searchable. But keep in mind, that's not true. The funny thing about this card is that the cards that say, search a card that mentions a Dark Magician monster. This does not mention a Dark Magician monster. It mentions the monster Dark Magician, and therefore does not count. So I wasn't playing this. I was playing 2 DM, and people would rake me over the coals every single time I would post a list. So I will probably be killed for my opinions on these cards. Other way around. Yeah. Sorry, I got my wires crossed. Okay. Dark Magician of Destruction. Okay, I feel like I shouldn't say it. That's Magician of Black Chaos, right? That's Magician of Black Chaos. All right. Must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by banishing 1 level 6 or higher Dark Spellcaster monster you control during the turn a spell card or effect was previously activated. Well, I can't imagine that happening. Once per turn, no matter which method. This card's name becomes DM while face up on the field or in the graveyard. If this card is special summoned, you can add a DM or a card that mentions it from your deck to your hand. Timaeus the United Magi-Dragon. DM or DMG plus a dragon or spellcaster. If specialed, unaffected by other card effects until the end of your next turn. If it battles, it gains 100 for each spell in the graveyard. During your opponent's turn, pop a spell trap. The Glaze of Timaeus. Target a DM or a DMG you controller in your graveyard. Fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra deck that mentions it as material by shuffling that monster into the deck, but banish it during the end phase of the next turn. Treated as special summon with the Eye of Timaeus. And Secrets of Dark Magic gets an all-target work. So, these cards are good. These cards are good. They're really powerful. A Dark Magician of Destruction is an incredibly cool card. Banishing one level 6 or higher Dark Spellcaster monster you control is not something that Dark Magician has a monopoly on. I mean, I think we are going to see this card in a lot of strategies, and I do like this guy a great deal. It's kind of a link one, if that makes sense. There's a significant amount of cards that can take advantage of it. People are firing them off in the chat right now. Instant Fusion, Ready Fusion, I guess, for Sandwich does do this. Spiral, really incredible deck in which to deploy this card. Timaeus the United Magi-Dragon is a cool take on the card. If you are unfamiliar with the old Timaeus targets, they're all bad. That's one of the main problems. They made one that's almost passable, I think, years after the release of the Eye of Timaeus, and it still isn't great. This is the best one yet. It has a point of interaction on it, and it's really hard to get rid of. I appreciate that. I like that it gains 100 attack. It's like, all right, sure, yeah, whatever, who cares? But it is meant to survive battle because it's hard to remove otherwise. I like it. I like this card a lot. And I do like that they fixed Eye of Timaeus. This is literally just stop whining about it, the card. It's a quick play, too, which is kind of cool. Now, the unfortunate truth of the matter, I think, is that these cards are not good in DM. They're not good in DM. DM will play these cards for sure, but just like Hero, it isn't going to solve the fundamental problems with DM. And to be clear, the problems in DM are not so magnanimous. Magnanimous is the wrong word. They're not so large that they couldn't be solved. DM was getting regional tops around the release of Chaos Illusion Magic Ritual Man. Now, what this card is pretty good in is everything else. Check out this DM combo line. I will check this, but I also want to check this Curry Bandits tweet that people have been linking. Yeah, if a deck can make a generic Synchro monster, they can now go Fusion Link 1, Gaze of Timaeus, Dragoon. And there's a significant amount of decks that can do that, of course. Here's one from the Curry Bandits. Oh, it's got some kick. This is Diabellstar, Azamina. Diabellstar is a spellcaster, so we can use that for the boy. Normal Rod, Rod for Sparkle. Sparkle. It's called Glaze. Pop for the Hallowed. Sparkle, put back DM Destruction. Dragoon. In this mechanism, by playing a Magician's Rod in an Azamina deck, you can just insulate all of your plays almost immediately and have like a backup line. I really like this stuff. Like, I think these cards are really good. I think, like Azamina, it's a cool angle where you have kind of a minimal main deck cost, a couple of slots in the extra deck, and you can use it for this powerful fusion monster that trades for opponents' cards. I think it's neat. I like these cards a great deal. Now let's take a big sip of water and watch the second half of this combo. Ah, right. Okay, I forgot. You can also play good cards in your deck. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, uh-huh. Right, yeah. Yeah. Importantly, yeah, no locks. 0 locks whatsoever. All right. And finally, let's talk about DDD. Let me read you the cards, then we'll talk about it. First up, DDD Lance Soldier. Target a DD monster you control, increase its level by up to the number of dark contracts you control in your graveyard. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target a dark contract, destroy it, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. DD Defense Soldier. Target a DD in your pendulum zone, special summon it. Banish a DD in your graveyard. If your DD monster attacks this turn, it's Armades. You can banish it to add a DD pendulum monster from your face-up extra deck or graveyard to your hand. DDD Zero Demise King Zero Machinex. DDD with tits. Great stuff. Following the footsteps of Oracle King Dark. Penned effect is during your main phase. If this card is activated this turn, put a dark contract on your field. That's face up, so you can put the trap face up on your field as well. First or second effect once per turn. If your face up DDD or dark contract you control is destroyed while this card is face up in your extra deck, you can special summon this card, then destroy a card on the field. If this card of the monster zone is destroyed, put it in your pendulum zone. DDD Ingen o Arc Crisis. I think this is supposed to be the Giga Crisis. Pendulum scale 13, by the way. Target any number of dark contract cards you control, destroy them, then special summon that many Doom King pendulum monsters from your deck or extra deck. That's not face up extra deck, right? Woo! 4 fiend monsters must be fusion summoned or special summoned by banishing those cards. If this card is special summoned, negate the effects of all face up monsters your opponent currently controls. Can attack all opponent's monsters once each. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed, put it in your pendulum zone. It's the DDD Zark. DDD Man-Spreading Mongrel. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If synchro summoned, you can target a banished DD monster, or if you control a dark contract, a card in your graveyard. If banished, DDDs get piercing. Wisdom King Solomon, rank 4. You can detach a material from this card, add a DD card from your deck to your hand. If this card becomes banished, target a DD effect monster. That effect monster burns if it pops an opponent's card. This kind of looks like a Mr. Invoker. This card is named after Solomon, the Israelite king, who is said to have commanded an army of demons, in part to construct the temple in Jerusalem. Okay, that's a pretty big simplification of the shit Solomon did. DDD Sky King Zeus Ragnarok. This is, you can target a DD or a dark contract you control, destroy it. During your main phase, you can conduct a second pendulum summon. When your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand, banish a DD and a dark contract from your graveyard. Fuck that shit up. Dark contract with the Zero King. It's the Zero Xerox card. Target a DD card you control except for this. You are locked, destroyed, and special a DD from your deck. Once per turn, take 1,000. And dark contract with the different dimension. Wait, DDs and DDs. You can shuffle 2 dark contract cards from your graveyard into the deck. Target a card your opponent controls or in their graveyard. Banish it. Once per turn, take 1,000. If this card is destroyed, gain 500. And if destroyed by an opponent's card effect, gain another 500. Okay. Now, I know I just talked about how the existence of the hero lock means that hero can't take advantage of the powerful generics that really benefit a significant amount of decks right now. And the payoff for putting a lock that horrid on your cards has to be incredible. The payoff for the lock on these cards is incredible. I gotta be honest with you. I think we might be back. I am so thrilled about the playability of this card. Let me just walk you through some of the individual things that matter about these cards. So first and foremost, if you check out the forthcoming Twitter thread about cards they can never print because of the ramifications, one of them is a Link 3 DDD. Someone posted this and they were like, yeah, you just can't let the deck go from Gilgamesh into a 3. It would be far too powerful. And then they did it like 3 days later. Like, here's Sky King Ragnarok. This guy could be a vanilla and he would be crazy, but he's not. He negates Nibiru. This is the card that negates Nibiru. That's the point of this card, is it's the card that negates Nibiru. It's crazy, right? It's unbelievable. Additionally, I want to talk specifically about these new cards. DD Lance Soldier, DD Defense Soldier. These cards are fine. More little utility guys for the deck. I imagine some of them will be played, some of them won't, based on how combo lines sort of math out. But anything that's like a recursive tuner from the graveyard has the potential to be really powerful. You guys remember when Lamia was first printed and it totally changed the deck. I like this card a great deal. This card, 0 Demise King, 0 Machinex, I can't believe they printed. So, correct me if I'm wrong about how this card works. If this card is face up in your extra deck, and your opponent destroys a DDD on your side of the field, she hops out of the extra deck, and then pops as part of the resolution of that effect. Hops out of the extra deck, pops a card, non-targeting. It doesn't even necessarily have to be your opponent's card that popped your shit. Is this the first card we've ever seen that does this? That hops out of the extra deck? Like, it's one of those things where, like, there's a significant amount of these cards that do this, like, from the graveyard or from the hand, but those are zones that are interactable, right? I mean, triple tack is kind of a whack way to interact with it, but, like, Bestials come up a lot. This card, you ain't doing shit about. It sits on the field. You can't do shit about it. It's an ass trap. Holy fuck. Incredibly good, incredibly good. And also, what's this pendulum effect? You just get to put a dark contract face up on your field. This deck is known for its 1-card combos. Here's another 1 card that does the combo. Like, what? Holy moly. Perfect pendulum scale, by the way. I don't mean to talk it up too much. Perfect pendulum scale. Triggers off of Deus Machinex. Of course, why wouldn't it? It's also a Machinex. This Mr. Sky Crisis, this is fun. This card is really fun. So I think, what are you supposed to do? It's like you pop all of your dark contracts, and then you summon Bright Armageddon, Dark Armageddon, Poopy Armageddon, Scroopy Armageddon. That's a funny card, right? It's just Zark. I mean, it's bat chesty as shit. Yeah. This card's unbelievable. Level 6 tuner and a non-tuner. Perfect stat line. What makes a 6? 2+4. Lance is a 2. You have a million 4s. If synchro summoned, and you control a fucking dark contract, it's just reborn. It's just 1,000 ways to Caesar. This card comes out so early into the combo. Oh my god. And this one is the one I think is not getting a lot of play. And I don't know why, because it is probably one of the top 2 in terms of cards I'm excited about. So, if you're unfamiliar with DDD, they just make a rank 4 at some point. They just, like, make a rank 4 and then stack a rank 5 on top of it. Like, there is a 5 that you can set on a 4, and they're like, we just got to make the little Caesar. We got to make the little rank 4 to get to the 5. This is a rank 4 that does something. And not only does it do something, it does everything. It gets you any DD card, and because of the new support, any contract as well. Like, what the fuck? That's unbelievable. It does everything. Holy shit. I love these cards. Even this card is good. It's E-Telly. Like, this card is really good, obviously. Targeted DD except Zero King. You're locked into DDs. Special DD from your deck. I think it might not make the cut because the deck already does everything. I love it. I love it. I think all this stuff is really cool for the deck. I think this deck was not that far off playable already, and I think these really, really push it. Click my link, streamer. We have a couple combos. Yeah, I'll check out some combos. I'm dumb as hell. I think the thing that is going to fuck this this deck up more than anything else is just 15 cards in the extra deck. I think 15 cards in the extra deck is just a lot. Okay, here's a 1-card combo using either Machinex or Kepler. Let's see where we go here. All right, this is Zero King. Zero King pop Machinex for Cop. Send the new tuner, Gil. Gil set Ragnarok Griffin. Oh, God, thank God. Griffin, new card PogChamp. Trigger Griffin. 4 for the new guy. Grab Thomas. Go for the Burnman. Go for the 3. Ragnarok, bring back Kingtel. Send Necro. Pop Machinex again. Special it out. Necro for Gil. Gil 2. Summon back Burf. Scale Surveyor. Trade the contract for the tuner. Make the 6. High King Caesar. Thomas add back Kepler. Scale Survivor. Modulate levels. Wow. So that's Wave High King, Spell Trap Negate, Machinex, the Hand Negate, and hop out the extra deck to eat a guy. 1 card. Fuck me. There are going to be better lines that play better than Nib and Charmies and then on different boards. Let's check this one out. Didn't even use the second pen to summon. Yeah, that's a 1 card. If you have more cards, like every DD card is both a starter and an extender. All right, so we're going 1 card Kepler here. Gate. Gate trigger. Griffin. Griffin. Gil. Gil set Rag and Machinex. PS2. 3. Pop Contract. PS Griffin back. 0 King Rage. Pop Machinex. Cop. Machinex Cop. Send Land Soldier. Little Wave King. Gil again. Little Wave King grab Swamp King. Ragnarok trigger back to Griffin. Griffin grab Headhunt. Headhunt's still in the deck. I guess so. Lance Soldier. Pop the other Dark Contract. 6. Man Spreader. Bring him back. Siegfried. Swamp King. Genghis. Machinex. The 6. Caesar. Headhunt. Fuck me, dude. Eating Aldi's super premium vanilla ice cream. Oh, no. Big cock inside out, Dad. No. Well, this one's taking forever to load. Yeah, I'll click this, CJ. I'm stupid as hell. I'm very dumb. My thoughts on the new DDD? You don't look by. Oh shit, you're right. Let me just You're missing Clovicus. Man, Dueling Book is really down today. And again, these combos, these combos are not set in stone. They're going to take some time to lab out. You know, DDD was the original spreadsheet deck for a reason. But it is really heartening to see that this deck might actually be good. And I know there are some cards in the deck that it looks like you don't really want to draw, like hero style. Like the Lance looks kind of bad. You probably don't want to draw the Thomas. Probably the Scale Surveyor as well. But all these cards seem okay, seem fine. I'm excited. Because if you draw them, you can just pen them. Oh, we got it. Not DD Dog. I totally forgot DD Dog exists. All right, we go 0 King, Pop Machinex, Kepler. Kepler grab Gate. Gate grab Griffin. Griffin. Gil. Serb and go. What the fuck? They're going in. Solomon for Defense Soldier. Normal. I guess we had normal. Wave High King. Kingtel. Wave High King. The 3. Pop the Kingtel. Wave Kingtel. Necro Slime Swamp King. Machinex Necro Slime. Genghis Swamp King. Genghis. Griffin. Lance Soldier. Wave High King. Clovis. Siegfried Machinex. All right, this one I'm a little bearish on. This is a little YouTube combo-y for me. I think there's a better way to do this, but I'm in. People have been making Bright Armageddon early because it protects from targeting. That's the thing. I think people don't recognize about the DDD cards is they have so many fucking cards that do so many important things. It's not like Hero where you're trudging through like eons of like Knopsy trying to find something relevant. They have like so many cards that do stuff you want. So it's going to take time for them to figure out a list, but I'm confident something DDD adjacent will be good as a result of these cards. I am thrilled at what they printed for this archetype. DDD spreadsheet is going to be longer than the Old Testament. You're going to have to be Wisdom King Solomon to play this shit. That book in his hand, that's the tome of combo math.